Next comes to the theorem. The intersection of two subrings of a ring is again a subring of the ring. Okay, ante capital R lo, for example, capital R is a ring, and suppose here S1 and S2 are two subrings, then their intersection here S1, this is S1 intersection S2. So S1 is a subring, S2 is a subring, then we have to prove their intersection S1 intersection S2 is also a subring of capital R. That is what we are going to prove. So in public examinations they are asked the same question or same statement twice or either way. Okay, the intersection of two subrings is a subring of the ring, or they are same statement, they are like this one also. If S1 and S2 are any two subrings of a ring capital R, then S1 intersection S2 is also subring of R. S1 S2 కనుక రెండు సబ్రింగ్స్ అయితే వాటి ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ కూడా మళ్ళీ తిరిగి సబ్రింగే అవుతుంది. ఓకేనా, స్టేట్మెంట్ ఇలా ఇవ్వచ్చు లేకపోతే ఇలా ఇవ్వచ్చు. సో కమ్ టు ద ప్రూఫ్. సపోజ్ let S1 comma S2 be any two subrings of a ring capital R, Now we prove S1 intersection S2 is also a subring of capital R. That is what we are going to prove. Next, in the earlier theorem, what we see, S is a subring of R, S is a subring of capital R if and only if A minus B belongs to S and AB belongs to S for all A comma B belongs to S. S subring అవ్వాలంటే two conditions ఉండాలి. ఇది మనం ముందు ప్రూవ్ చేసాం. In the earlier theorem we proved that S is a subring of R. If we prove these two conditions, then S is directly a subring of R. Now instead of capital S, what we are going to prove? S1 intersection S2 is also subring of R. So by using this theorem, these two statements, we directly prove S1 intersection S2 is also a subring of R. So again comes to this theorem, if S is a subring of R, what we have to prove? To prove S is a subring of R, it is enough to show that A minus B belongs to S and A into B belongs to S. Here instead of S, we have to prove the same statement for S1 intersection S2. ఇదే స్టేట్మెంట్లో మనం S బదులుగా S1 ఇంటర్సెక్షన్ S2కి ప్రూవ్ చేస్తే, దట్ ఈజ్ A minus B belongs to S1 intersection S2 and A into B belongs to S1 intersection S2 for all A comma B belongs to S1 intersection S2, then S1 intersection S2 is a subring of R. So here we prove S1 intersection S2 is a subring of R. To prove this statement, we are going to prove these two conditions. Okay, ఇప్పుడు ఇది ప్రూవ్ చేయాలంటే దానికన్నా ముందు ఇప్పుడు మనం ఈ రెండు స్టేట్మెంట్ని ప్రూవ్ చేయబోతున్నాం. దానికోసం అని చెప్పేసి let for that A comma B belongs to S1 intersection S2. So intersection means A and B belongs to both S1 and S2. Therefore A comma B belongs to S1 and A comma B belongs to S2. Since A comma B belongs to S1 and S1 is already a subring, S1 is a subring of R, we have by this theorem A minus B belongs to S1 and AB belongs to S1. S1 already subring కాబట్టి ఈ కండిషన్ డైరెక్ట్గా S1కి ఎగ్జిస్ట్ అవుతుంది. అగైన్ సిన్స్ A comma B belongs to S2 and S2 is a subring of R again we have A minus B belongs to S2 and AB belongs to S2. S2 సబ్రింగ్ కాబట్టి ఈ మొత్తం స్టేట్మెంట్ రెండు స్టేట్మెంట్ కూడా S2 కూడా వర్తిస్తాయి. Now here A minus B belongs to S1 and A minus B belongs to S2. So here A minus B belongs to both S1 and S2. Therefore A minus B belongs to S1 intersection S2. Again AB belongs to S1 and AB belongs to S2. Here AB belongs to both S1 and S2. Therefore AB belongs to S1 intersection S2 for all A comma B belongs to S1 intersection S2. So now we get this one. A minus B belongs to S1 intersection S2, AB belongs to S1 intersection S2 for all A comma B belongs to S1 intersection S2. We prove earlier theorem. So by that theorem directly S1 intersection S2 is, therefore S1 intersection S2 is a sub ring of Kepler. సో ఎస్ సబ్ రింగ్ అవ్వాలంటే ఈ రెండు కండిషన్స్ ఏ మైనస్ బి బిలాంగ్స్ టు ఎస్ అండ్ ఏబి బిలాంగ్స్ టు ఎస్, ఈ రెండు కండిషన్ ప్రూవ్ చేస్తే ఎస్ డైరెక్ట్గా సబ్ రింగ్ అవుతుంది. నౌ వీ ప్రూవ్ బోత్ ద కండిషన్స్ టు S1 intersection S2. సో బై దట్ థియరం S1 intersection S2 ఈజ్ ఏ సబ్ రింగ్ ఆఫ్ Kepler. ఓకే, నౌ come to a question. Okay, let Kepler be a ring and A belongs to Kepler is a fixed element. Okay, now we have to prove the set Kepler is equal to, here we are considering a set X belongs to Kepler such that Ax equal to 0 is a subring of Kepler, is a subring of Kepler. Okay, here we see all the theorems or all the statements regarding subrings. Okay, ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే SI ఈక్వల్ టు సెట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ X బిలాంగ్స్ టు R సచ్ దట్ AX ఈక్వల్ టు 0, వీఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు ప్రూవ్ దిస్ క్యాపిటల్ ఈజ్ ఏ సబ్రింగ్ ఆఫ్ Kepler. ఓకే, కమ్స్ టు ద ఆన్సర్. లెట్ Kepler be a ring and small a is a fixed element in Kepler. We take, now take the set Kepler equal to set of all X belongs to R such that AX equal to 0. Now we are going to prove this Kepler is a subring of Kepler. Okay, we have already a non-empty set Kepler is a subring of R if and only if. Again we have two conditions, A minus B belongs to S and AB belongs to S for all A comma B belongs to S, whatever it may be. Where any set we have to prove a subring, we have to show, if we show all these two conditions only, then directly the set is a subring. ఎక్కడైతే ఏ సెట్ అయినా మనం సబ్రింగ్ చెప్పాలంటే ఈ రెండు కండిషన్స్ యూజ్ చేసుకుంటే చాలు, it is directly a subring. Okay, now so now we have to prove Kepler is a subring of Kepler. We are going to prove, before we are going to prove these two conditions, first of all we have to prove Kepler is a non-empty set. S ని ముందు నాన్ ఎంటీ అని చెప్పాలి. ఓకేనా, since 0 into x, sorry, a into 0 equal to 0, here what is Kepler? If Ax equal to 0, then X belongs to R. Ay equal to 0, Y belongs to R. Okay, we have A into 0 equal to 0, so that implies 0 belongs to S by the definition of this Kepler. If Ax equal to 0, then X belongs to S. If Ay equal to 0, then Y belongs to S. In the similar manner, we already have A into 0 means 0, so 0 belongs to Kepler. Therefore S is non-empty. S is non-empty. Now we are going to prove these two conditions to prove this capital S is a subring of R. ఇప్పుడు S ని సబ్రింగ్ చెప్పడానికి ఈ రెండు కండిషన్స్ దొరికి మనం ఇప్పుడు వెళ్దాం. So for that, let A comma B belongs to Kepler. Let A comma B belongs to Kepler. What is the nature of Kepler? If an element Xi is belongs to R, then Ax equal to 0 must and should. For example, not A comma B, already we have small a fixed element. So take X comma Y belongs to S. Since X comma Y belongs to S, we have Ax equal to 0 and Ay equal to 0. Okay, again see the definition or structure or nature of Kepler. If Ax equal to 0, then X belongs to S. If Ay equal to 0, then Y belongs to S. If Az equal to 0, then Z belongs to S. Okay, so here we take X comma Y belongs to S. Therefore Ax equal to 0, Ay equal to 0. Now A into X minus Y equal to, come to this one, split it as Ax minus Ay, so that equal to Ax value 0 minus Ay value 0, that equal to 0. So here A into X minus Y equal to 0. Ax equal to 0 అయితే X S లో ఉంటుంది అన్న. ఓకేనా, Ax equal to 0 అయితే X S లో ఉంది, Ay equal to 0 కాబట్టి Y S లో ఉంది. In the similar manner, here what we get, A into X minus Y is also 0. Therefore X minus Y belongs to S. Again A into XY equal to, A into XY equal to, write the associative law, Ax into Y, so that equal to Ax means 0 into Y, that equal to 0. Again A into XY equal to 0. Again Ax equal to 0 కాబట్టి X belongs to S. Ay equal to 0, therefore Y belongs to S. Similarly A into XY equal to 0, therefore X into Y belongs to S. So we prove these two conditions. the necessary condition of a subring. Therefore, x minus y belongs to S and x into y belongs to S for all x comma y belongs to S. So, therefore, directly the set capital S is a subring of capital R. So, ఇక్కడ ఈ ప్రాబ్లం అంక చూస్తే we have to show capital S is a subring of R. We already know any set capital S is called subring of R if and only if A minus B belongs to S and A into B belongs to S. Here, what is the nature of capital S? This is the main important. They said x belongs to R such that Ax equal to 0. Okay, if Ax equal to 0, then x belongs to S. If Ay equal to 0, then y belongs to S. Okay, now మనం ప్రూవ్ చేస్తుంది ఏంటి, x minus y belongs to S and x into y belongs to S. Instead of A minus B and B, we take x and y. So x minus y belongs to S, x into y belongs to S. What we are going to prove? If Ax equal to 0, x belongs to S. Ay equal to 0, y belongs to S. In the similarly, we have to prove x minus y belongs to S. What we prove? A into x minus y equal to 0. If A into x minus y equal to 0, we prove, then x minus y belongs to S. That we prove. In the similar manner, if we want to show xy belongs to S, xy అనేది S లో ఉంటుందని చెప్పాలంటే A into xy equal to 0 అని చెప్పాలి. ఇది అయింది కాబట్టి xy belongs to S. So, here we have both the conditions. X minus y belongs to S, x into y belongs to S. By these two conditions, directly capital S is the subring of capital R. Okay. Okay. Come to the next problem. If capital R is a ring and C of R equal to set of all x belongs to R such that Ax equal to xa for all A belongs to R, then this set C of R is also a subring of R. ఇందాక సెట్ ఏంటి, SA equal to x belongs to R such that Ax equal to 0. Here Ax equal to xa for all A belongs to capital R. So, in this set, if Ax equal to xa, then x belongs to C of R. Ay equal to ya, then y belongs to C of R. Okay, ఈసారి ఈ కండిషన్స్ వస్తాయి మనకి. Come to the answer. Let capital R be a ring and consider this set C of R. Now we are going to prove C of R is a subring of R. Before proving C of R is a subring, we have to prove C of R is non-empty. అది empty set కాదని చెప్పాలి. We already know for any belongs to A belongs to R, A into 0 equal to 0 into A. What is 0? So, A into 0 equal to 0 into A, comma 0 belongs to S. Here see the nature of this set C of R. If Ax equal to xa, then x belongs to C of R. Ay equal to ya, then y equal to C of R. Here we have A0 equal to 0A. That's why 0 belongs to C of R. Therefore, C of R consisting exists sorry, yes not C of R. Okay, here C of R contains only at least one member 0. Therefore, C of R is non-empty. Now we are going to prove the main concept C of R is a subring of R. ఇప్పుడు మనం C of R subring అని మనం వెళ్ళాలి. దానికోసం ఈ రెండు కండిషన్స్ అగైన్ we have to prove. Come to them again our statement. S is subring of R if and only if x minus y belongs to S and x into y belongs to S for all x comma y belongs to S. Of course, we proved this theorem by taking A and B. A minus B belongs to S and AB belongs to S. మనం AB will తీసుకున్నాం, is x will తీసుకున్నాం. Okay, now first we have to prove x minus y belongs to S. Of course, S means here C of R. For that, let x comma y belongs to C of R. Since x comma y already belongs to C of R, we have Ax equal to xa, Ay equal to ya. Now we are going to prove x minus y also belongs to S. For that, now A into x minus y equal to, here Ax minus Ay, that equal to Ax means xa minus Ay means ya. Take a common x minus y into A. Therefore, A into x minus y equal to x minus y into A. Again come to the constant. Ax equal to xa means x belongs to C of R. Ay equal to ya means y belongs to C of R. In the similar manner, A into x minus y equal to x minus y into A, here we get. Therefore, x minus y belongs to C of R. X minus y belongs to C of R. Next comes to the second one. Comes to second one, x into y belongs to S. So also a into xy equal to, right, associative law, ax into y. Ax means here xa, so xa into y. Again write associative law, x into ay, that equal to x into ay means ya. Right, again associative law, xy into a. So therefore a into xy equal to xy into a. Again by taking, if ax equal to xa, then x belongs to C of R. In the similar manner we have a into xy equal to xy into a. Therefore x into y belongs to C of R. So we proved these two conditions, x minus y belongs to C of R and x into y belongs to C of R. Therefore x minus y belongs to C of R and x into y belongs to C of R for all x comma y belongs to C of R. For all x comma y belongs to C of R. Therefore C of R is a subring of capital R. C of R is subring of R. So again come to the problem. We are going to prove C of R equal to set of all x belongs to R such that ax equal to xa for all a belongs to capital R. Okay, ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ అనేది x అనేది C of R లో ఉండాలంటే ax equal to xa, then x belongs to R. ay equal to ya, then y belongs to C of R, like this. Okay, ఇప్పుడు మనం C of R అనేది సబ్రింగ్ అని చెప్పాలి. Before going to that one, C of R is non-empty. We have already have a0 equal to 0a. Therefore 0 belongs to C of R. It satisfies this condition. Okay, if any element satisfies this condition commutatively ax equal to xa, then that element x is in C of R. Here a0 equal to 0a, so 0 belongs to C of R. Therefore 0 C of R is non-empty. మనకి ఎస్ అనేది సబ్రింగ్ చెప్పాలంటే ఇంతకుముందు థియరమ్స్లో, ఇంతకుముందు మన ప్రీవియస్ థియరమ్స్ ప్రకారం ఏం చేస్తున్నాం, a minus b belongs to S and ab belongs to S. With these two conditions directly we prove capital S is a subring. a minus b belongs to S, ab belongs to S. ఈ రెండు కండిషన్స్తో డైరెక్ట్గా S అనేది సబ్రింగ్ అని చెప్పుకోవచ్చు. Instead of we use a and b, we use x and y. X minus y belongs to S and x into y belongs to S. Okay, that way we proved that one, those two. Okay.